How do you like that?
Yeah, low life, non-educated redneck. Might as well continue. You're bitching about rooming house, not registered. If a person usually lives in a rooming house, then you go, you get welfare, and you get 5 rooms in one house. And I remember when I first went into a rooming house 12 years ago, we even had a little living room so I could sleep in, and there was no problem. What's her name? What's that counselor's name?
Marilyn Curtin?
Yeah, and she came in, and that's where I first had my run-in with her. But anyway, did they change the rule lately?
Well, what's happening, and I work for a landlord in Fredericton, I'm not going to say his name.
No.
Anyway, what's happening is when you take apartment in one of your buildings and you put doors on and all that of these rooms, you put a padlock on, that way that's your room. And you pay rent on that room. You get a fridge, a dresser, a bed.
You share the fridge, you share
No,
the
you don't.
washroom.
We provide a fridge for each room.
Oh, really?
We provide a bed and we provide a dresser for each room. And each room has a bolt lock.
Each room have a dresser,
Anyway, and
a freezer, but you share the washroom, right?
yes, you share the washroom. That's it. That's all
And
you
the
share
shower.
is the washroom, shower, and kitchen.
Okay, that's it.
But here's the problem: is when you rent one of these places now, and this has only started in the last 2 months, and social services and Stephen Horseman, all of them are denying this is going on. Anyway, if you take that confirmation form in, and it says Charles LeBlanc lives in a room at, say, 364 York Street, they get a new computer system at social services, and they go into that computer system and they pull up the landlord's information on that building, his tax records for the city of Fredericton. They're pulling it up at social services. It don't matter if your last name is Chippin or Hobo Joe or what it is. The point is they're pulling up these tax records of these people that own these buildings, and if it's not registered as a rooming house on their tax record, you are cut off social services.
You sure about that?
I'm as sure as I am sitting here and my voice is going on this camera.
So how come I asked the Minister of Social Development, Kathy Rogers, last week? I approached her and asked her, she said she didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Well, maybe Kathy Rogers ought to stop drinking so much coffee at her office and go and see what's going on the north side of the river up on the highest peak
So
there.
how come these people that were denied don't go public?
Because they're going in front of the appeal board.
How long is that going to take? 10 years?
It takes about 2 weeks to get the papers to fill out for the appeal board. Then you got to send them back to Moncton, and then you got to wait to get the confirmation letter stating when the appeal is, and that takes about another 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay, hold it. So these places, the landlord in your building or whatever had rooming.
We still do.
You had people living there for years.
Yes, these buildings have been rooming house. One of them's for 20 years plus.
20 years plus, and they had no problem?
No problem until the last couple of months.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So
But
it's been rooming house for years.
Yep.
And now there's new rule.
Now social services has a new rule where they go into their little fancy new computer they got, and they check the landlord's tax record with the city of Fredericton or the city of Moncton or city of St. John, because this is happening all over the province of New Brunswick. And if that building that those rooms are in is not registered as a rooming house
so
on that tax
means all
record,
those
they're being
people-
cut off social assistance.
So was all these people suddenly cut off?
Yeah, no notice, no nothing.
No, nothing. They were
No
just cut
nothing.
off.
There's no letter says that you got one last check and go find a
landlord
property.
didn't get his rent. Everybody in that bill, how many? 5?
We've got 3 right now that's going through the process of appeal.
So there was 3 that didn't pay the rent. There was no check, just 3 of them.
No check. They were cut off because
So there must have been a big panic.
there is always a big panic.
But
You
there
get cut
must
off
have been
social
a
assistance.
panic when
Yeah.
there's no check. So they called their caseworker,
Yeah,
and what their caseworker say?
they told them they're cut off. We're sorry,
Why?
Because it's not a registered rooming house on the tax records with the
That's
landlord.
what the caseworker said.
Yes.
Can we know the name of the caseworker?
I can't give you that.
Why? You're no fucking good. So blog, I'll say it, you're no fucking good. How come you can't give me the name of the caseworker?
Because I don't want to lose my job to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble and lose my job over this.
No, but I mean, The minister herself told me.
Like I said, Kathy Rogers has got to stop drinking coffee in her office and having a snooze, and she's got to go to the north side of the river and spend a day or two and see what these social workers are doing.
So that means there's a lot of people, as we speak, on the street?
There's going to be, at the rate they're going, there's thousands of people in the same boat, and they're going to be cut off of social assistance just in the city of Fredericton. Forget Moncton, St. John, and all the outlying areas that I don't know about. I mean, in the city of Fredericton, how many people, just a rough guess, how many people would have rooms in a building and have that down as a rooming house on their tax record?
Not too many.
So, that's what I'm saying. So you take a building, say 72 Regent Street, for instance.
Yeah.
If all those people that's living in 72 Regent Street
And it's not registered.
ends up going through the yearly review and has to take one of those confirmation forms in,
Yeah.
and it's not registered as a rooming house, they're all getting cut off of fucking social assistance.